3, 2, and 1. All right, let's do our usual thing. Let's settle in. So sit up tall, lengthen your spine. Okay, you don't need to be rigid, but you do need to be alert. Close your eyes to start. We'll take our 3 deep breaths. We'll breathe in through the nose, fill your lungs, feel your chest expand, then long breath out through the mouth. Control the breath. And number 2, let's breathe in through the nose, and then breathe out through the mouth. Last deep breath, let's breathe in. And really sink into your foundation. Let your shoulders relax as you breathe out for a third time. You can resume a normal breathing pattern. Okay. Begin to relax your whole body, top to bottom. Just come back to the breath. Focus on where it feels strongest for you, whether that's where the air hits your nostrils or where the air exits your lips. It can be the space in between the two. Okay, if you hear sounds around you, don't focus in on that. Just come back to your breath and just continue breathing. Let's just continue to sit and breathe. I'll play the singing bowl periodically, and when you hear it, consider it a check-in, see where you are. Use it as a reminder to come back if you found yourself lost in thought. On this last 30 seconds or so, focus on nothing at all. Just sit there and hang out. take one last deep breath in. So as you breathe into the nose, sit up a little bit taller. You breathe out, open up your eyes. All right. Let's do our spines. Usually do we hop off my block. Let's turn clockwise and press your left palm into your right knee. Right palm is pressed into the floor behind you. Ooh. Okay, twisting your spine. Seeing how far back to the right you can look. It's like a combination spine stretch and neck stretch. I guess they're connected, so that makes sense. Breathe out and come back to center. Twist in the other direction. Pressing the right palm into the left knee. Ooh. I feel that stretch in my core a little bit. Breathe out. Let's gently unwind. Okay, come back to center. Let's do one for our sides. So let's reach our arms up. Okay, really reach for the ceiling. And then let's start on the right. So planting the right palm on the mat. And then just reaching overhead with the left arm. Okay. Feel that stretch from your hip up to your fingertips. All right, give me one last active stretch. Really reach with that left arm. And then let's take that right hand off the mat, reaching it up towards the ceiling. And let's come down on the left. Okay, reach, long reach. Ooh. And then let's take the left arm back up to the top. Okay, reach with both arms towards the ceiling. And then bring your hands back down to center. Get those inner thighs. So let's do our cobbler pose. Ugh. Soles of the feet together. Pull your heels in towards your soft tissue with the knees drop. You know the drill. Just lean forward gently. Okay, we're still leaning. It's an active stretch as always. And then we'll take one deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, reach your arms and fingertips forward. Let's slide gently forward. Okay, active as always. Reaching, 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 stretching, feeling those inner thighs. And then let's relax and bring the knees back together. Oof. Let's do a neck stretch. Let's sit on our right fingertips. Okay, reach the left arm over your head and gently pull your head to the left. Okay, we're sitting on our right fingertips because we want to drop our right shoulder down. So we're pulling on our necks from the top and the bottom. Okay. And then rotate the head forward and back at your own pace. Okay, find whatever tight spot you might have. And once you find it, if you have one, you can leave the stretch there or just continue to oscillate back and forth. All right, let's switch sides. So get off the right fingertips. Release the head of the left arm. Let's sit on the left fingertips. And then pull the head over to the right. Okay, starting off with a static stretch, just holding that position. And then now rotate the head back and forth. One more cycle. And then let's release both our hands. And then let's stand up. Let's get our hamstrings. Ooh, really taking our time. Find that nice wide stance, toes facing forward, legs are straight. Reach the arms up and then controlling the swan dive forward. Okay, if your hands can reach the ground, great. Feel free to plant the hands, plant the palms, look back behind you. And maybe even able to push your torso towards the back of the room. And settle with the breath. Letting the hamstring stretch get a little deeper. All right, let's go for stage 2. Let's clasp the fingertips behind you and then bring the fingertips towards the front of the room. Low hamstrings. All right, let's release the hands and let's plant that right palm on the floor right in front of your face. Rotate the left arm up. Okay, press into the floor with the right palm or right fingertips, and then reach for the ceiling with those left fingertips. And then turn the chin and look up. Open up the left side. Let's take one breath in through the nose. Then as you breathe out through the mouth, gently bring the left arm back down to the ground. Swap palms. So the left palm is planted. And then you rotate the right arm up to the ceiling. And then same thing. Let's breathe in through the nose. And then as you breathe out, bring that right arm back down. We're just going to hang out here for just a moment. And then we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. So let's rotate to the right 90 degrees. Okay. Rotate the right foot. And then drop the back knee of the left knee down. And bring the torso up. And then bring the arms up as well. Ooh. And then rotate your hip so you feel the left hip flexor. Oof. If you want, you can even lean back a little bit if that feels good. But the main focus here is that left hip flexor. And let's do a nice long 5 counts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring the arms back down. And get back on those left toes off the left knee. And then rotate back to center. And then let's rotate 90 degrees to the left. Okay. We're on the back toes, but then bring that right knee down, untuck the back foot. And then arms up on this side as you rotate your pelvis forward once again, rotating the hips. Feeling the left hip flexor begin to stretch. Right. That's about good. I know I didn't count for this side, but that feels good. Let's bring the arms back down. Okay. Back onto the right toes. Get that right knee off the floor. And then rotating back to center. Returning to the neutral position. Legs are straight. Both toes are, sets of toes are facing the long side of your mat once again. Settle with the breath. Okay, legs are straight and strong. Now we're going to come up on our slow 10 count. So let's do 1, 2, let the arms and head dangle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can bring the legs together. Woo. Let's do a standing side stretch. So stand up tall. Bring the arms back up top. Yeah, give me a little reach for the ceiling. Let's start on the left. So let's drop the right arm down to your right side. And then kick out the left hip. Left arm goes overhead. We're reaching with the left arm. Okay, just like the sitting version. If you notice there's a bend in the elbow, straighten up the left arm. Watching people take their morning pill. Don't know how they forget. It's every day. I always thought that pill was ironic. People that need to remember have to do something every day. Bad at remembering everyday things. All right, enough talking. Bring that right arm back up top. We'll reach both arms and then drop the left arm down. Right arm goes overhead. Feel the stretch from our right hip through the right side to our right fingertip. The left arm back up top. Both arms are reaching for the ceiling. All right, and in one motion, let's bring our hands to heart center, spread the feet. We're gonna drop down to Balasana. We're doing it in one motion. Look at that. Supporting ourselves if we need to, letting the knees kick back. Begin to settle with the breath, feel those inner thighs. Okay, one more breath. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my legs or my knees for support. Oh my goodness. Let's get another one for the hamstrings. Let's do a split leg hamstring stretch. So left leg, I want to start with my left leg. The left toes are facing forward, your heels are in line. Okay, bring the arms up top once again. Then keeping that left leg straight, let's exhale and swan dive over the straight left leg. Ooh. And then drive the right hip towards the front ankle. And once you're in position, breath. All right. Let's bend the left knee and coming up. Ooh. And then just pivot on your heels. On the other side, once again, heels are in line. Right toes are facing forward. Arms are up top. You will reach with the arms. And then swan dive over the straight right leg. Ooh, I'm gonna use my yoga block on this side. Ooh. Drive the left hip towards the right ankle. Hopefully you feel more of a pinch in the right hamstring. All right, and then let's bend the right knee and come on up. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. All right, let's do a neck stretch and then we'll get our shoulders and our what's it called? Tricep. So I'm gonna grab my left wrist behind my back with my right hand and then drop the head over to the right side. And as you breathe out, see if you can drop the head a little bit further over to the right. And then I'm gonna drop the head back and look up. And then let's rotate the head forward and look down at the ground, down at the mat. Let's return the head back to the center position, back straight up top. All right, let's switch wrists. So now we're grabbing our right wrist behind our backs, dropping the head over to the left. Oof, way more tight. That doesn't matter though, we're hitting both sides. Drop the head back and look up. Okay, noticing how the stretch moves towards the front. And let's rotate the head forward and look down. Then bring the head back to a neutral position and then back to center. You let go of your right wrist. Let's do our shoulders. Oh, sorry, needed to go in there. I'm gonna start with my left arm across the top of my chest. Okay, active stretch. Now just leave the hand there. Pulling, pulling, pulling. Ooh. Let's let go of that arm. Let's switch sides. Oh, give yourself one last pull with that left arm or left hand on the right shoulder. And then we'll release. Let's get the left arm behind the head. Ugh. And we're pulling on the left elbow. Hopefully you feel the stretch all the way down your left tricep. And you release the left side. Let's get the right side. All right, let's release the right elbow. Ooh. And let's come to the front of our mat. Let's get some moving options and not moving so quick today. That's all good. Stand up tall, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, and then swan dive forward. Come up to flat back. I say we skip the warm up swan dives today. I think you know what you're doing. I think you know what we're doing. Let's exhale, round out the back, plant both palms, move back to plank. Ugh. And then let's chaturanga down. We do an upward dog. Okay, get the head and neck away from the body. Come back to plank. Give me a push up. And into our first downward dog of the day, of the morning, of the week, whatever. Okay, really push your torso towards your feet. Feeling those shoulders. And let's bicycle the legs to get the calves. So let's bend the left knee and drive the right heel down, focusing on just the right. Let's hold it for a few breaths. We'll switch sides, bending the right knee, driving the left heel down. Back to the right. We're gonna do 3 cycles each time. That feels right. All right, back to the left. Let's round out the second cycle. Back to right for one last time. Okay, hopefully it's opening up the calf. And we'll finish up with just the left. Let's straighten up both legs, and from here, let's do our sun salutation. So step both feet towards the hands, then reverse swan dive till the hands are at the top. Okay, and then swan dive down, up to flat back. Boy, that little stretch. And then breathe out, rounding at the back, planting both palms, stepping back to plank. And let's chaturanga down, do an upward dog, back to plank, push up if you'd like, and into downward dog. All right, let's do our crescent pose variation. So bring both feet together. And let's start with the right side. So float the right leg up into the air. And then swing the right leg forward and plant it in front. Okay, right knee is tracking over the right ankle, arms and torso come up for crescent pose. That back heel is reaching for the mat. Left leg is straight. Left hip flexor is feeling it. All right, let's bring the hands together at heart center and come into prayer twist on the right. Breathing as we're holding. All right, we'll exit in 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arms back up top. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands and torso back down, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank, step the feet towards the hands. Ooh. And then reverse swan dive. That back is strong, arms are up top. Swan dive, back down. Up to flat back. And then exhaling, rounding at our backs, planting both palms, stepping back to plank. And then chaturanga down to upward dog. Whew. Back to plank, push up if you like, and into down dog. Let's repeat with the left side. So feet together, float the left leg up into the air. Ooh. Swing that left leg forward, plant it in front, and come into crescent pose on the left. Okay, really press that back heel towards the mat. Feel the right hip flexor while we're reaching with both arms towards the ceiling, looking forward. Settle into that crescent pose. And then bring the hands to heart center and transition into prayer twist on the left. Okay, right elbow is pressed into the left knee. Hands are stacked. Left elbow is pointing towards the ceiling. And we're breathing. All right. And then let's bring the arms back up top. Crescent pose. And then as you breathe out, bring the arms and torso back down to the ground. Plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank and then sun salutation. Then we're going to step the feet towards the hand. Reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive. Back down. Up to flat back. Whew. And then breathe out. Plant both palms. Step back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Okay. Back to plank. Push up into our downward dog. Let's do a warrior sequence. Okay. So let's feet together. Back to the right side. So we're floating that right leg up. And then swinging that right leg forward and planting it in front. And then as the arms come up, that left heel comes down for warrior one. And settle into that warrior one. Settle with the breath. And then we're going to rotate both arms forward and back for warrior two. Palms and arms are parallel to the ground. Chin is facing forward. Once again, settling with the breath, settling in. That right leg is supporting. And then let's gently dip back into reverse warrior. Right arm reaches towards the back of the room. Left hand is planted on that back leg. Let's return to warrior two. And let's do a triangle pose. So that right arm, I want you to reach forward as far as you can. You can reach no further. Drop that right palm or right fingertips, right arm down to the ground, left fingertips. Reach up towards the ceiling and turn the chin and look up. Okay, we're going to skip the pretzel variation today. My legs don't want to do that. And then 3, 2, 1. Let's return to warrior two. Ooh, arms front and back. And then let's dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Okay, rotate that left arm forward up for warrior one. And then as the arms come down, that back heel comes up, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Okay, we're gonna go into a plank and then sun salutation. Step the feet towards the hand. Reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Ooh. Up to flat back. As you breathe out, round at the back and plant both palms. Step back to flank. And let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank, push up if you like, and into down dog. And then we're back to the left side. So feet and legs together. Float the left heel up into the air. And then swing that left leg forward, plant it in front. As that back heel comes down, the arms come up. Okay, make sure that front knee is tracking over the front ankle for warrior one. Then rotate the arms forward and back for warrior two. Okay, turn the chin so it's facing forward. And let's dip back into reverse warrior on the right. Don't put too much weight on that back leg. Left fingertips are reaching for the back of the room. And back to warrior two. Remember, we're going to do a triangle pose. So with those, that left hand, left fingertips, reach forward, forward, forward. Can't reach anymore. Drop the left fingertips down. Right arm reaches up, turn the chin and look up. All right, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's pop back up into warrior two. And make sure you're down and low into that. Make sure that front knee is tracking over the front ankle. And then dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Rotate that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And as you bring the arms back down, that back heel comes up, plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank. Let's chaturanga down. Do an upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Give me a push up and into downward dog. Push the floor away with the hands. Settle with the breath. Okay, let's do that one more time, but as you breathe out, make it an audible breath. Ready? Breathe in. An audible breath out. Great. Let's do our chair pose. So step the feet towards the hands. Okay, and then bring the bottom up, arms come up, or bottom down, arms come up, excuse me. Okay, your ankles, shins, knees, quads should be touching. And then keeping the arms and torso where they are, straighten up your body. Get off the heels. Reach for the ceiling. You get on the balls of the feet and the toes. Active stretch with the feet, up, up, up. Breathe out, bring the heels down. Bring the hands to heart center, and then we're going to do twisting chair pose on the left. Oh. Okay. That right elbow is pressed into the left knee. All right, and then bring the hands back to center. Let's straighten up our bodies for a second time. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Get the heels off the mat. Lower in 3, 2, 1. Heels back down. Hands come to heart center. And then we're going to do twisting chair pose on the right. Ooh. Okay, so the left elbow's pressed into the right knee, hands are stacked. Right elbow's facing the ceiling. Ooh. All right, that's about long enough. Hands come back to center. Let's come back up. Okay, arms and hands reach for the ceiling as we're off the heels, onto the toes. As always, we're settling with the breath. And then in 3, 2, 1, lower the heels down. Bring the hands back to center. Woo. All right, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. So give me a minute. I will come back. All right, we're back. Ooh. Ooh. Let's sit lengthwise with our mat for table. Love doing table after we're done doing our standing options. Okay, so hands are planted behind you, feet are planted in front of you, and let's prop ourselves up into a table. Okay, really push the hips up towards the ceiling, dropping the head back. 3, 2, 1. Let's lower ourselves down. You can keep the lower half of your body where it is. Oh, we're gonna bridge next. Oh, all right, so for bridge, let's clasp the hands underneath us and then rotate onto those shoulders and push the hips up towards the ceiling. Don't let the knees bow out. Okay, pretend like you're holding a ball in between your knees while you're doing this. And push the floor away with the feet as evenly as you can. Below glutes and hamstrings. All right, and then one vertebra at a time so they all meet the mat. Slowly descend back down. Control, control, control. Still going. Ooh. Until your entire back is on the mat. Ugh. All right, let's do a glute stretch. Hold on, I need a drink of water. I'm just falling apart today. All right, so keeping the left foot planted, bring the right ankle onto the left knee. And then let's grab the left shin. Hopefully begin to feel that in your right glute. All right. And let's do our 3 breaths. And every time you exhale, relax your body, get deeper into the stretch. So let's breathe in through the nose. And then breathe out to the mouth. Okay. Notice how that stretch gets deeper on the right glute. Let's do that 2 more times. So breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, 1 more time, breathing in. And then long breath out. Oh my goodness. All right, let go of that left side. Okay, plant the right foot down. Left ankle is now on the right knee or right quad. Reach and grab my right shin. Oh my goodness. Left glute is just as not tight, but it just needs stretching. So repeating those 3 breaths, breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Number 2, let's breathe in. Okay, long controlled breath out. All right, last time for this side, breathing in. And release. All right, you can let go of that right shin. We're gonna stay on our backs for happy baby. So both legs are up in the air. And we're grabbing the outside parts of our feet or grabbing our big toes, pulling our knees in towards our underarms. And we're just gonna rock left to right, right to left. Okay, and think about your spine and how it feels against your mat. Okay, don't rock too far, don't tip over. Ugh. Okay, give yourself 1 last rotation. And then we'll let go of the feet and control the legs as they return down to the ground. Ugh. And let's do a supine twist. Use my yoga block as a pillow because I can. All right, let's hug in the right knee to start. Ugh. A lot of sighing today from me. Anyhow, let's really pull in that right knee, feeling that little stretch. And then let's grab the right knee with our left hand and pull our left knee over to our right knee over to the left side of our body. Right arm extends out to the right, looking towards the right. And settle into it. Okay, feeling the whole spine twist. Kind of feel that in my right hip a little bit. And let's take 2 deep breaths for each side. So let's breathe into the nose. And then breathe out to the mouth. 1 more time, breathe in. And then long breath out. Ooh. And let's return the right leg back to center. Ooh. And then let's hug the left knee in. Okay. Enjoying this little stretch with the left side. And then grabbing the left knee with our right hand, let's pull our left knee over to the right side of our body. Stick out that left arm, twisting. Uh, okay. And let's repeat those 2 breaths. And hopefully with each breath, we're twisting a little bit further, feeling the stretch a little bit more. So let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. One more time, let's breathe in. And long breath out. All right, let's return. Oh, then we're gonna sit on up. We're gonna do our child's pose. And we'll do a pigeon pose. So have a seat on your heels for a moment. Knees are about as wide as the mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as I breathe out, reach the arms forward. Rest the forearms on the mat. Rest your forehead on the mat. And settling with the breath. Think about everything you just did. And we're going to add a side stretch. Take that right hand and reach it out to the right. We're going to stack our left hand over our right hand. Add a little stretch for the left side, all the way down the left side to our left hip. Bring both arms back to center. And reach the left arm out to the left. Stack the right hand over our left hand. Let's return back to a neutral position. And then let's do an elevated child's pose. So bring your bottom up, come onto your knees. The arms can go a little bit further forward. Ugh. Okay, elevated child's pose. All right, from here, we're going into a plank position or a push-up position temporarily. And let's do our pigeon pose. So I'm going to start with my right leg. Bring that right leg forward so the right shin is about 90 degrees from the rest of your body. Untuck the back foot. Once you feel that stretch everywhere in your right side, just rocking back and forth. Okay, whether you're on your palms or your elbows, or you can come all the way down to the ground, whichever position is comfortable for you. Hold in for a little bit longer, and then we'll come up and add the left quad stretch from this position. Let's plant both palms in front and then gently push yourself back up. And then reach back behind you with the left arm. Pull in the left heel. And feel the left glute stretch out. Ooh. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of that left foot. Turn both palms to the mat. Okay, come back to a plank position with that right leg. And then bring the left leg forward. Ugh. Untuck the right toes. Oh my goodness. Ooh. One side might be tighter than the other. That's okay. Yeah, just stretch the best you can. Mhm. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Let's plant both palms in front. Bring your torso back up and then reach back behind you with the right arm, pulling in the right heel. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do a 5 count just like the other side. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of that right foot. Let's get off the left leg. Let's do our closing sequence. So let's rotate onto our backs and just lie down. Ugh. Okay, relax the legs. We're lying down on our backs. Let the arms rest at your sides. Close your eyes. Do a body check, scanning yourself head to toe, seeing how you feel versus how we started. And you settle with the breath as you do so. Let's go for a minute. I won't say anything. Starting 3, 2, 1. That was about a minute. Let's reach the arms overhead. Point the toes at the bottom. Ooh. Give me a morning stretch. Okay. And wriggle to one side. And wriggle to the other. And then roll onto your side. Rest your head and face right on your hands. Take this moment for yourself. And whichever arm is on top, plant that palm on the floor and push yourself back into a cross-legged position. Sitting up tall, back to where we started. Let's do our 3 audible breaths. So let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Ah. 2, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Oh. All right, last one, really make it count. Let's breathe into the nose, breathe out with some sound. Oh. Let's bring our hands to heart center. You may repeat after me if you wish. May you have clear and kind intention. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's lower our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communication. Turning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. I needed that today. Legs need.
Oh, yes, I definitely needed it today too. And look at it's light out.
It's almost too bright. I didn't turn on my other lights, so I realized I was kind of dark. I guess you don't really need to see what I look like. You just need to see my silhouette.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you for joining, Lisa.
oh, of course. Thank you for leading.
Ugh. All right, let's get a move on.
All right. Have a good Monday. See ya.
Yeah.